Hello, everyone. My name is Kara Canuck, and I am the Communications and Marketing Coordinator with Syverson Strege. And we are doing another episode of Meet Your Syverson Strege Team. And today we are joined by Jason Gunkel, the second of the famous Gunkel pairing at Syverson Strege. Jason is the certified or Chief Investment Officer. I have to think through like all of the acronyms and what they all stand for. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do at Syverson Strege?
Sure, you bet. I am the Chief Investment Officer, so I lead our investment team here. We've got a team of about 5 people that are responsible for creating our investment strategies, monitoring them, helping the planners implement them as well. I would say that probably takes maybe a quarter of my time, and then I am a financial planner here as well with working with many individuals and families.
Okay. This is a pop quiz, pop question. What is your favorite part of your job at Syverson Strege? And you're not allowed to say people because everybody always says the people that you work with. And so I'm looking for something else, Jason.
I was just about to say people, but
I know,
that
me
is
too.
probably my favorite part of my job. But I will say it's a really good fit for me because I am a person who likes to do a lot of research and reading and learning, and I get that aspect of it, especially on the investment side, where I can do a lot of that research, spend
Mhm.
some time in spreadsheets and the numbers and all of that. But a big reason or the main reason I work here is because I also do get to be social and work one-on-one with individuals. So it's the impact I think I feel like I'm making on people's lives is really my favorite part.
Okay. Well, good job. That was a spur of the moment question that I did not prepare Jason for. I just thought I'd throw it in and see what he had to say. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself, your family, where you grew up.
I grew up in Bismarck, North Dakota. So a very cold place, but it was a wonderful place to grow up.
Okay, I have
And
a question. I'm going to interrupt you there. What's the average temperature of Bismarck like in the summer?
I mean, they have beautiful summers, maybe 80 degrees.
Okay, that sounds
Um,
great.
yeah, usually it's about 10 degrees cooler there than it is here. It's just the summer does get a little shorter up there, and the winter much longer.
That's
And
fair.
so I don't miss the winters. And I knew for college I wanted to move out of North Dakota, go somewhere in the Midwest,
Hmm.
smaller school. So Drake fit that bill.
Hmm.
And I do have a connection to Des Moines. My dad actually went to Drake. My mom taught at DMAC, and they lived here for a while.
Okay.
So we had that connection. And so went to Drake and really loved Des Moines. So decided to settle here after college
Hmm.
and got married a few years later. Now I have 3 children that are 6, 8, and we have a 1-year-old as well. So we thought we
Like,
were done with diapers and babies. Nope, not quite yet. So we have a busy household, but we have a lot of fun.
life is always an adventure, and you just never know what is going to happen the next day. Okay, 6, 8, and 1. What are some of your favorite things about your kids at these various ages?
Um, well, they're so different. So my oldest is a boy, and
Hmm.
he's gotten really into sports and things that I like. So we have an easy time hanging out with each other.
Hmm.
Um, playing football, catch, soccer. I've made him a football super fan, really. So we can watch football every Sunday together all day long. So that's great. And then my daughter, she is 6, and that was the first uh, female in our family in like 40 years on my side. So there's not a lot of girls on my side, and it's just been a lot of fun seeing the things that she's into.
Hmm.
And she play some sports, but she's also a girly girl. So I end up playing, pretty princess with her and dolls. So that's a new experience for me.
Those types of things are good. They expand and broaden your horizons. That way, you just don't know all about Minnesota sports teams.
That's true. That's a
Um,
blessing.
yes. Okay. And tell me about your 1-year-old. Have the other two adequately prepared you for, being in the baby stage again?
I forgot about, they're old enough now where I forgot everything about raising a baby. And I think she's definitely our strongest willed child by far. So we're just hoping she uses that will for good and isn't tough to deal with. So she's a lot of fun though.
I always think it's one of those things that you start getting a little bit cocky because you're like, okay, I've had 2 kids. Like I kind of know what's going on. I know how to do this. And then God gives you that child, and you're like, oh, okay. So we're gonna stay humble here because we don't know what we're doing. Check.
Exactly. Every child is very different.
Every child is very different. All right, lightning round. Tell me, Jason, a little bit about yourself outside of work. Where is your favorite place that you've ever traveled?
That is a good question. I've been very fortunate to do a lot of travel.
Mhm.
Um, Growing up in North Dakota, um, we took some family vacations, but then starting in college, I was able to study abroad. So my
Nice.
sophomore year of college, I went to Australia
Ooh,
and, just spent about 6 months there. And it was a very eye-opening experience just to see the world from a different point of view and see a different culture. Um, and so, I mean, that is one of my favorite places for sure. So one unique thing that I've been able to do through work here at Syverson Strege
mhm.
is I'm a CFA charter holder, a chartered financial analyst, and those are all the investment nerds. So it's a program we go through after college. It takes a minimum of 3 years. It can take a lot longer than that. But myself and then my brother Lance, who also works here, is a CFA. And it's an international organization. They have an annual conference that is often abroad. And so through that conference, Syverson Strege has been nice enough to let us go to that, to several
Mhm.
of those. And we've been to Germany, Singapore, Scotland, and many places in the US as well. So I would say out of those spots, Scotland was maybe my favorite spot. Got to see some beautiful towns, some
Mhm.
castles that are hundreds of years old, and trek the highlands as
Okay.
well.
Loch Ness Monster. All right. Well, that does sound really fun. And it does sound like that you have had some very cool adventures. Do I'm guessing though, with three smallest children, less international travel, because that.
Yes, for sure. I don't think I've been anywhere internationally for, well, maybe since they were born. So my international travel is definitely on hold, and I'm just saving for retirement so I can do lots of traveling in retirement.
That seems very prudent of you. If you are watching this in real time, Jason recently returned from his sabbatical and did a really nice blog post about his different adventures during there. So make sure you check that out because it sounded like a good time.
It was, yes. Sabbatical is a great benefit we have here.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining Jason and I as we learned a little bit more about what he does here at Syverson Strege and what he likes to do outside of work. And stay tuned for more episodes.